All right, Tommy G, this video is titled The Wild Business of Train Robberies. Train robberies?
We begin tonight with the latest on an attempted train burglary just east of Bakersfield.
This is a merchandise from the trains left on the tracks, suspected of being taken from the trains by thieves.
Your spanking new office printer might be delayed a few days in transit if it was parked on a FedEx rail car that was parked here Friday morning near Union Avenue. This was the scene early Friday near Union, north of California Avenue.
You could just open, I didn't realize you could just open a container like that.
How do you feel while doing this?
A lot of adrenaline. I love it. That's kind of why I do it, you know.
No.
Damn, Tommy, you act the Tommy, yo, this Tommy got too much confidence, bro. He is, bro, no way he went to the play. He's an accomplice. Oh my God. This did not get, he showed up to the robbery. That's insane. Hey, leave the Amazon boxes alone, bro. This was for me.
Would you guys say this is every night?
Yeah, I do it almost every night.
What can you stand to make in a week doing this?
25K.
Now, sometimes you guys stop the trains.
Yeah, go grab a car or whatever, anywhere, pull it up on the tracks. You want to put like the hazards or something on so the train will see it on your back. Enhanced graphics. That was kind of fancy. I'll have to look into that one.
The big question is,
it's like IRL loot boxes. You got to think about it, bro. They're opening up y'all Amazon boxes just to see if they hit gold on like a phone or a laptop or some shit like that.
pays? Well, in the long run, most likely insurance companies,
they took my
which means
I thought it was tight when they found it. Hey, they robbed a calculator.
When I imagine train robberies, I think back to the Wild West days when rugged outlaws like Jesse James and Butch Cassidy would assemble a posse, then ride in on horseback to storm a train, execute their heist, and get away with the loot. And I would have told you that these train robberies were a thing of the past. That was until I got word that the business of train heist is alive and well. And in Bakersfield, California, where our episode takes place, these robberies can occur on a nightly basis. Now, I've made a career out of being fascinated by the mind of an outlaw, and today we meet many of them involved in this train business. We witness these guys live in action, see how they evade law enforcement, and we get a first-hand look at how their underground economy works. This is a world where people drive cars onto train tracks to get a train to stop to initiate the heist. To be successful at this, thieves have to avoid the federal agents, local law enforcement, and private detectives that patrol the railways and hunt down organized crime. This, folks, is the modern-day Wild West. Let's dive in. Folks, right here in the video was supposed to be a sponsored ad, but they wanted me to read from a script and do some gay-ass commercial, and I just didn't want to do it.
In this current era, it's the most lightly punished it's ever been.
They say robbed the East Bakersfield Walmart last week. The robbery happened last Thursday, March 11th, just before 1:30 in the afternoon.
Nearby, there's people that are waiting for this thing to stop so they can get on board and get everything off of it. Someone's gonna crack it open and see what they can get. Maybe it's oranges, maybe it's baby supplies, maybe it's Amazon packages, who knows? Something important could be on your way to your house, but instead, someone's gonna get their grubby paws on it and you're gonna have to get your order reshipped.
Begin tonight with the latest on an attempted train burglary just east of Bakersfield.
Boxes of merchandise from the trains left on the tracks, suspected
Bakersfield
of being
sounds like
taken
Gotham
from the
City and Tommy
trains
G
by
videos.
thieves.
Hey, they like lead the league in all the bad stats.
Bakersfield, California is a place you probably haven't heard of. Some people call it the armpit of California. It's rough out here. I mean, you have lots of homeless, and if you're a homeless guy with nothing to lose, what is it to you to try and take some things off a train and sell it?
Amazon advertising like they're gonna be robbed. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like they're less likely to rob an Amazon box. Cause most Amazon purchases is like small things, you know? Cause it's free delivery, so there's no point of packing. I don't wait to order everything in one cart like I would with Best Buy. Like, I'll just, if I need like a razor, I'll go buy a razor individually. It's the same. It's no shipping. This shit is Prime, my nigga. So I think like, if I seen Best Buy, what? You know, if I seen a store that probably has bigger sizes, that's how my brain works.
So clearly, something has gone down right around here. There's hundreds and hundreds of boxes here. And my first impression of this operation is kind of like a smash and grab. This was going out to Washington to a lady named Debbie. And this is going out to Gene in Washington. So a lot of people on the West Coast were looking for important shit. Who knows if a kid had a birthday coming up? And also, how much of this theft is wasted? Like, what can a person really do with a precision egg cooker? How much can you resell that for? I would guess they're looking for electronics, chargers, computers, video cameras, I don't know. If I had to choose between doing this and running into a Best Buy, I would choose the Best Buy all day. This to me seems like just one of the more dirty and messy ways to make some sort of income. No one's turning into Jeff Bezos off of this. So earlier we were wondering what % of the thieves are homeless versus professionals. And this is a camp right next to all the action. I mean, just by the disorganized look of the scene, I would guess it's more of a homeless than a professional
Is this not the most Gotham thing you've seen all week, aside from Kai's trailer?
This is my business. It's crazy, right? So like, you see like the boxes and shit everywhere.
Yeah.
They don't really do it right here anymore.
People are getting busted for it?
One's looking at deportation. If they caught you on the train grabbing something, they could bust you. But once you left the train, they couldn't do anything about it.
Why not? Why do they create rules like that, bro? Why is
We're
it so hard
suiting
to
up
get
right now during what's primetime train hours, which is from now about 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock till 2 a.m. But I guess from the clues that we've been getting, we're dealing with more of an addict homeless situation and like sketchy characters on the fringes.
Can't prove it.
What % of people in this game would you say are homeless versus professional?
About 70% are homeless, to be honest with you.
How long have you been doing this for?
I'm probably going on like 3 or 4 years now.
And how many missions over those 3 or 4 years?
Quite a bit. Probably too many to count, to be honest. It's we just drive around, you know, that's kind of what we do around here is we just drive around, and then if we see a train stop, we'll call everybody and be like, hey, yo, this is where we're at.
What are some of the things you have to be aware of in doing a mission? Like, how do you plan this out?
Honestly, there's not really much planning behind it. It's you see it, you go, you know, and jump on it right away because it's you come on time limit. You know,
right. I'm not. Hey, look, if I'm the police, yo, Kaden, thank you for the resub. If I'm the police, bro, I'm gonna stop a train on purpose. Have a whole bunch of cops hugging the shit. You feel me? Making sure and then bust everybody, nigga. Do that shit for a whole week, man. Half the whole game is gonna go to jail, nigga.
How long is it gonna take for
Nah,
this
they
person to take
busy.
off?
Oh yeah. I guess they're busy. I guess robberies is not
Is
that
security
important.
getting heavier and heavier now that this is becoming more of a common thing?
I would say so, yeah. They've started parking trucks and security guards around where the trains stop and things like that. Back in the day, you know, you wouldn't have none of that. You just be there and open shit up, and you'll be there for a cool like 2-3 hours or something like that, you know.
Now, sometimes you guys stop the trains.
Yeah, go grab a car or whatever.
Do you
anywhere,
think cops doing that
pull
for
it up
real?
on the tracks, you kind of like
Jack, thank you for
heisting it on
resub. Yeah,
top of the
I hope
tracks,
so.
you know. Most of the time you want to put like the hazards or something on so the train will see it farther back.
How much money can you stand to make on a mission?
I've made about $5,000.
Not knowing when a train might roll through, we gave E-Money a GoPro and told him to record a mission so we could see how it all goes down. Here's what he captured.
Oh shit. Fuck. I feel like a thug just watching this footage. Reading comics at 5K, crying laughing. That's a lot of money, gang.
With popping because I don't have the
Off one lick?
on me.
Are you a millionaire, my nigga?
How do you feel while doing this?
A lot of adrenaline, just pumping, you know, it's a crazy feeling. I love it. That's kind of why I do it, you know, it's exciting and just fun to do.
We separated from E-Money and set out on our own to patrol the tracks. Our goal was to be in position and near the action if a train robbery was going to happen that night. Here's what went down. At least 2 different crews are doing their inventory right now, seeing what's on the inside, and from what we understand, there's serious consequences for this now in California. California is not as light criminally as they used to be, so we're kind of just waiting to see what they find and seeing what our next step is.
I'm on my way.
I feel like I'm playing Mirror's Edge.
What are you looking for in the trains? What are you hoping to find on the trains?
Anything worth profit. I mean, I've found $100 worth of cards, you know, like little, we call them player cards and stuff like that. 2 or 3 people inside, and we just throw them out. Just start throwing them like this. People on the ground will grab them, and just throw them in the truck. After that, we'll go to a different location.
So there's an organized team.
Oh yeah, it could be anywhere from like 3 to, you know, 6 people.
3 to 6 people per operation. This is kind of like gambling a little bit, huh?
What's going on? They're hitting it?
It's like an IRL loot box. You're just opening shit up, hoping you find a fucking camera or a PlayStation or a PC or some shit like that. Every time you get like nail clippers or some bullshit.
What the f is going on? He said they're hitting it over here.
Yo, rookie, he's in 22
So where's that truck? Do I move?
He said, no, is this what happens when I actually don't get my package? Yeah.
So we were catching the action. No. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. Okay, so going on right behind us right now is, that's law enforcement right there.
Wait, it is?
Hey, the cops are right there. Hey, the sheriff's right there. Hey. What the f?
Holy shit, we should go.
Should we get back in the car?
Yeah, go.
Miguel, let's get back in the car. What the f was that, dude? Holy shit! So you might be wondering why we were running back to the car. Keep in mind, we had just seen the sheriff, and what we weren't sure of in that moment was what were the legal ramifications even being near a train run.
Put the ski on, Tommy. This nigga has it for show. Oh my god. Bro, put the ski mask on, nigga.
Robbery. As you can imagine, robbing a train is a big federal crime. Under the U.S. Code's Title 18, Section 1991, anyone who assaults, robs, or attempts to rob a train can face serious prison time, up to 20 years. It's considered an act of theft on interstate commerce, which of course makes it the business of the feds. He basically is like, are you guys the cops? We said no. Then he starts opening it up and just going ham. Then a sheriff drives by, and then it just lurches. Okay, so obviously there is no place for stealing. I'm not advocating it. But the adrenaline rush of just being by the action, I can see why these guys are addicted just to the thrill of the job. That was insane, wasn't it?
The thrill of almost losing your freedom.
Us, near it. If you are caught trespassing within a certain distance of train tracks, you could still be committing a crime. We filmed this in California, and doing some research into this, it looks like California laws make it a misdemeanor to trespass within 20 feet of the tracks. This can land you up to 1 year in county jail. Luckily, we filmed this entire episode within 21 feet or further from the tracks. So what if, you know, someone's ordering baby formula and baby bottles and it doesn't get there on time? Like, what about the impact of it?
Agreed. The way I look at it is if you're ordering it off of Amazon or online somewhere, like, not in too much need of it. You know, you gotta wait to, even if you get to the next day shipping, you're still waiting that time to get it, you know, so.
I guess what stands out to me is the outright lawlessness. I think if people in other countries watching this, seeing this happens in the United States, I think it would blow their minds. To think that a sheriff would drive by as you're blatantly stealing packages from a train, which is a federal offense, that he just keeps going on with his day. Where else does that happen? It's Keegan's birthday today,
So, happy birthday, Keegan. Right in the comments,
so why does the cop
Keegan.
not,
No better way to celebrate a birthday than by chasing down train thieves and 2 minutes before Googling whether it's a felony or misdemeanor.
Didn't see it.
Enhanced graphics. That was kind of fancy. I have to look into that one. Some cream junk. Some wheelchair stuff.
Come on, bro. This nigga's robbing wheelchair parts right now. It's time to get a job, gang. That's fucked up. Like, that's actually fucked up, bro.
Kitchen stuff. Was that wrapping paper or something? It's an interesting one. Like a cover or something. Shoes? Ooh, a nice little bag. That's about it. Didn't get too many this time, but had to get out of there. The train started moving.
Is that unusual for the train to start moving like that?
No, especially when they're like switching conductors like that.
So how would you rate the haul overall?
This one's one of the lower end ones. Altogether right there, probably 150, maybe.
I saw a sheriff look at someone stealing and kept driving.
Sheriff saw it.
Yeah, sheriffs out here, the law enforcement don't really give a shit. It seems like they're scared. They're scared of everybody out here.
If caught.
Bro. 3 to 6 people robbed a train, which could put you into jail for over 20 years for a $150 haul. They had some bad pack odds this time. I can't lie, bro. Whole bunch of bad pulls.
What's the penalty?
I don't know. It's probably a good few years or so. They're fighting a big case for sure. It's federal.
So it's very spur of the moment. It went from nothing's gonna go down tonight to 2-minute notice just happened.
Yes, and that's how it goes. You know, whenever you get the call, you gotta hurry up and get there. 90% of it, to be honest with you.
Talking to this guy got me wondering how many stolen goods are floating around on places like Facebook Marketplace and OfferUp. I mean, how many people completely unaware are furnishing their homes, buying gifts for their kids, even getting school supplies like laptops and calculators without realizing that we too are participating in the underground economy. One of the train robbers told me like this straight up. If it's a brand new item listed at 50% of retail or less, or an item missing its original packaging, chances are it's stolen. It made me wonder what percent of goods on a site like Facebook Marketplace are lifted items. One day, when I interview Mark Zuckerberg, I will ask him for his take on this. But for now, it's wild to think that any one of us could have something in our homes that we use on a daily basis that was stolen in a train heist.
Hey,
Would you consider yourself to be an entrepreneur?
Time to get Mark Zuckerberg on a video, nigga. That's
What's your next
legendary.
Get rid of the boxes, honestly, and then start pricing stuff out.
Have you ever been close to getting caught?
Yeah, we had somebody, you know, where to stop. They were on the other side of the fence, I think got some property or something, and they said they were calling the cops, and we hear it all the time, you know, so we push on for a little bit, and this time the cops, you know, they showed up pretty fast, and so they show up, and we all just dip down. You gotta get low and just gone, dude.
Last night, a train robber approached us in an off-camera meeting and told us about his operation. He had stash houses, getaway drivers, and lookouts stationed in the mountains. So the next morning, we spent the day tracking the trains through the mountains, trying to see it from a train robber's point of view.
He found an actual official.
Behind me is another train going towards Bakersfield. We're gonna see if we can link up with the guys that are gonna hit this train. This is some modern day rodeo shit.
And at nightfall, we returned to the towns of Bakersfield and Oildale to see yet another train robbery. But first, we had to talk to the locals and see what they thought about this.
Are you aware that most nights when the train stops, people just descend on the trains and just take everything they can out of it?
I know that happens, but don't know if it happens near here.
And I don't know if you saw the boxes that are on the side of the road.
No, I haven't seen them.
But what do you think about that?
I think it's horrible. They're going to catch somebody robbing a train.
Now, here's something that's gonna blow your mind. We saw it last night. A sheriff drove right by as a guy was opening up the train and taking boxes, and he just kept driving by.
Wow.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, crazy, isn't it?
Maybe he didn't see it. I mean, How could you not see it?
I mean, we get people come in here all the time who steal, and they just walk up, grab and walk out.
Yeah.
Not even care.
There's a bunch of criminals here.
Yeah, a whole bunch of thugs there, ain't there?
There is, especially in Oildale. There are. Yeah, you have to be very careful. We have cameras at my house. I mean, we take all precautions. They just stole our mailbox not long ago.
You got your mailbox?
Yeah, our community
mailbox.
Yeah. So that's my husband.
Hello. How you doing?
Damn, I left
Sir,
for a second and
I
my
hear
wife
you're
is
missing
doing
a
the whole
mailbox.
interview.
Yes, sir, I am. And yeah, there's a lot of thieving going on around these neighborhoods.
Are you aware that the trains get hit regularly?
Yeah, I heard all about that, yeah.
What do you think about it?
I think it's a bunch of bull. Yeah, that's not even right. They should have more security on those trains than what they do. Yeah, I don't understand it, how they can get in those trains so easy and take.
I'm not gonna lie. It's not this, no, because the security, that's gonna add to the expense, you know what I'm saying? I love my free deliveries and shit like that. What they need to do is actually try to arrest one of these niggas one of these days. That would stop it, bro, I promise.
Take all the stuff off of them without anybody noticing.
No, look, folks, this is romance right here. Sir, what did you just do? You handed her what?
Ruffles, potato chips.
And it's not even Valentine's Day, huh?
Oh, yeah. We love each other, though.
Yeah, we do.
We've been married 20 years, bud.
Congratulations. All right, guys, stay safe. Have a good night.
W fucking marriage, man.
It's about the same time last night.
I just know they're happy at home.
Is it a helicopter?
That's 100% a helicopter. No plane moves like that.
And he's just circling the train area, huh?
Yeah. Their center of rotation is 100% around the.
Holy shit, it's shining right at him.
Yeah.
You might be on your ass, Tommy. There we go. They're probably doing something about it. They don't want to pay for security. That shit's already insured. But you got to think though, like CVS is insured too. You feel me? But because CVS gets robbed so much now, they have to lock everything up because insurance price is skyrocketing. So now that's reflecting in the price of the product. So we end up paying for the shit. Do you think the businesses are gonna let their profits suffer? No, nigga, they're just gonna pass it on to you. That's what happens. That's why everything's so expensive at CVS. So I don't want that to happen with my packages, gang. I order a lot of shit. That's what I'm saying. Like, we all order so much shit, bro. On Prime, on fucking everything is just free shipping, Walmart, all that, gang. So like, yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? They already kind of fucked up retail. Don't fuck up the online deliveries too. You feel me? Come on, man. Imagine that tone is headed straight to your house. It's 30 minutes away, bro. And a nigga hits a lick. Feel me? He doesn't deserve that moisture. He doesn't deserve to smell good, bro. He robbed this shit.
So here we go. Here's some of the fragments of what remains from last night. They obviously cleared it out. They have some sort of system. Whole Foods, Amazon returns. So yeah, Amazon lost out last night. So now our job for the rest of the night
Everything
is,
we've seen so far is Amazon.
Talk to the guys that have their hands in this and get to get
"Not
more of
the
the story
tone."
from them. 2, see if there's another mission, which chances are there will be. It just is, will we be in the right place at the right time when it goes down? There's way other ways I would rather steal. If I had to get into the business of stealing, I feel like this is one of the harder ones to make money in. So we're going to a spot that is involved.
Train robbers don't get money, bro. And it's 25 years.
What are we looking at?
You know how hard it is to get caught scamming, chat?
This is like the gateway to get back and forth to the tracks. There's
I don't know
pipe yard that the fence is ripped open on it, obviously.
So they go through here, another hole, tracks.
You can see where the train's at right there.
So this is a popular place in the city where the train gets hit.
I can't be a victim of
This
crime,
whole
man.
road, there's
Ashy.
like 10 sets of tracks that went across there. That's probably, where that train is right there is probably the second or third row of tracks.
Why do you think this doesn't get fixed?
Because it's not the train's property, or the train federal property, it's somebody else's property. They come in yellow totes, and a lot of the stuff does, it comes in, like those trains right there.
No, they did have robbed
stacked
trains for a
yellow
little
totes
game,
of,
bro.
like,
Now, he did say
I would
70%
like
of them
all
are
kinds of
homeless.
shit, 99-cent store type stuff.
So, like,
So how many main spots throughout the city would you say get hit?
Anywhere along the tracks, really.
The last spot we were at, helicopter was circling. You think that's preventative on the police's part?
Yeah, it helps because the guys know that the cops got the helicopters got the flare, so they can see them even if they don't have the light on. So that helps. You gotta like penalize these people for this shit. You gotta like actually go to jail and instead of
damn, the nigga that robs is saying
breaking and stealing shit and going to jail and getting let out the next day. And then they just let them stack up their cases and they keep getting busted, and then eventually, yeah, they throw them in jail, but they don't do long enough and people aren't gonna learn and nobody wants to work. They want everything easy. It's all fun and games until it happens to you, right?
So just another example.
Yo, Jay, you know what good analogy I always like to use, bro? It's like games, bro. Do you remember, like, if there's something like really overpowered in the game, the devs had to patch it fast. Because if you let it stay, then you risk it becoming the cultural identity of the game. Let me give you a good example. Fortnite. They let the double pump stay even though it was an exploit. They should have patched it early on, but because they didn't, the double pump became this like legendary thing that was such a big part of the game's identity that when it was removed, people felt like they was robbed of something that they associated with a good experience with the game. So if you don't patch the method, now there's going to be floods of people that think robbing trains is cool or scamming Best Buy is cool. And it's valid because you have let that become a cultural thing because it wasn't patched fast enough. You got to patch it, bro, every time.
Sloppy thieving.
Fast,
people
too.
want to have sympathy, and I get it. Like if someone's down on their luck and they
2K demigods,
fall back on
exactly.
rent, that's
2K19 stretch bigs. 2K19 stretch bigs had no business being that good, but they let Duke Dennis get away with it for 5-6 months, and it was too late. You can't patch it now because everybody that spent $50 on them stretch bigs, they're gonna be furious when they find out their build is fucking useless now. Okay, they should have patched it, but they waited too long, and it became the identity. It was so fucking overpowered, it took over the game. Everybody made one.
It's one thing, but when you just want to turn the entire city into your own trash can, that's right.
Was abusing an exploit.
Would you say you have any economic stressors in your life?
Essentially.
Well, my motto is everything's a hustle since 19. That's when I was born.
To get into some of these things, like did it come from economic struggle where like, hey, I gotta pay a bill, so I'm gonna try something new? Or like, how did you even get into this world?
Dad didn't do some of the smarter stuff. He did a lot of dumb shit, and I guess I kind of fell on that same path.
So is it more the thrill or the economics of it?
A little bit of both.
We got connected to a local named
At least he's
Tweak.
being
He was
honest,
going to
bro.
be
I
going
can't
on
lie.
a train job later that night, so I asked him about how he evades law enforcement and how he prepares for a mission. Here's what he said. You just got out of jail? What was that?
That was like 2 days ago.
And what'd you get hit for?
I just got my probation once and shit. I've been running around doing dumb shit all the time. Not going to court, it's been on court shit, so.
So how often do you do the train business?
Yeah, I don't really do it too much anymore like I was, because after when I seen a lot of the federal marshals out there, they're cracking down on it pretty big.
Oh, they're cracking down
Federal
on it now.
marshals are out there?
Yeah, they've been seen out there. I've seen personally my own 2 eyes, federal marshals out there going and doing sweeps out there. They're picking up people. They were doing three cars linked at a row at a time with the pepper ball guns and shit in the cars, lighting down next to the train. So when the train stops, they're driving up and down it the whole time as it stopped, patrolling it. So, and I mean, you can go further from railroad.
Hey, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like a system that would solve this pretty quickly. Just like have a system where the trains can notify local PD whenever they plan on stopping in a specific jurisdiction so that they can send people out to make sure the shit doesn't get robbed. Especially if the PD aren't doing anything. I don't know, man. I'm just brainstorming.
The tracks are the little C trains that you've got, of course, but.
What do you got?
Can't be that hard.
That's the scanner.
Do you actually use that?
Yeah, it's the best way to have it, but just me, I won't get caught with
Nigga
it.
said, bro, cops never show up on time, nigga.
It's just amazing what drugs will make someone do. And it just feels, I don't want to say like a waste, but like all this stolen stuff is just going to a cycle that gets deeper and deeper. Like, it's not like, oh, if I hit enough trains, then I'll be able to move on to something else. It doesn't have the same glamour as the outlaw cowboys back in the day hitting trains. This will be our last night out in the trains. We'll see what we run into and we'll see what we see.
It's a federal crime. Local PD can only let them go. So the
As we
feds
walked
have
up to the scene, we realized that the trains had just been hit right before we got there. So we got to approach the crews on the ground to see what the next step in their business process was. In the background right now, there's a guy just going through
Jurisdiction
boxes.
is such a funny
And
thing.
again, as we came here, look at that, that's a sheriff right there. I don't know how obvious that is from the road. Seen pretty heavy police activity through here, and right in the back there's a crew going through fresh boxes. So I don't know if there's another train coming or if we just kind of missed it and we're seeing the aftermath. But either way,
They're right there.
It's kind of like piranhas on a fresh piece of meat. So you guys enjoy? Give it a good haul.
That's crazy.
Shit right there. I don't know what they're taking.
These yellow bags are from the train?
Yeah.
You were the guy we saw 2 nights ago.
Yeah. Dude,
Did you get hurt? Because the train like lurched.
no, I always jump off like that, man.
We've seen like 2 or 3 sheriffs drive by. They just don't give a shit, do they?
The man, if it would have been like a bunch of fucking, they would have probably called me up, but...
What the fuck? This is so weird. I feel like zombie apocalypse
expressing
vibes.
shock that the sheriffs did nothing but just drove by. But there may be an explanation for this. One of the train robbers told me that because the tracks are federal jurisdiction, the local PD has a tough time building cases that stick on these guys. Not sure if that is all true, but more on that later. I have an arrest story coming for you guys in just a couple minutes.
Would you guys say this is every night?
That was right.
What's up, man? Shout out to Bakersfield, east side of Bakersfield, you know what I mean? That's where I'm from. Trying to get $1 out of 15 cents. Yeah, that's it, man. We just trying to eat.
Nigga said real life mystery box.
Right here, by the fridge. I already got everything packed up, ready to go. Alright, man. Yeah, that's the ride, man. You gotta get the ride ready to go so you can get up out of here. Just gonna make this money now, man. Probably won't happen till the morning, but shit, it's gonna happen. And we eat instead for dinner.
What got you into this business?
My boy right there. My boy, he a beast at this, but my buddy up in the run. He got rolled up off at Pinkerton. They arrested him, they found him in his truck and everything.
So Pinkerton's really serious.
Oh yeah, Pinkerton is the ones that they'll get you. Pinkerton is the one they're the OGs, you know what I mean?
Let's bring you up to speed on the infamous Pinkerton Detective Agency. This 170-year-old firm has been cracking down on criminal plots since the 1850s. Their claims to fame include foiling an early assassination attempt on Abraham Lincoln, making outlaw Butch Cassidy and his guys flee to South America to avoid being caught by them, and that in the 1890s, with over 32,000 guys on staff, they boasted more manpower than the entire U.S. Army.
Oh, shit.
Do you feel like you're caught in a cycle?
Now, yeah.
So where them niggas at?
If I stop, I don't eat. My family doesn't eat, so you really can't stop me, you know what I mean? You can make a good payday, you can make a real good payday, but unless you're willing to shut down shop and stop doing what you're doing, then it's gonna keep going, be a cycle, keep on going. People are gonna hear about it, you're gonna get more people out here. But I mean, you tend to weed out the people that are built for it and people that aren't. You know what I mean? Like, it's a waiting game. It's a hit and a miss. You never know when you're gonna hit.
Damn Pinkertons.
What can you stand to make in a week doing this?
I've made up to fucking close to 25K. Maybe as low as fucking a couple $100. It just all depends on what you find.
Was there an event in your life, like a financial stressor that said, this is what I'm gonna do?
My old lady broke her neck in a car accident. She severed her C4 all the way down to C7. She was paralyzed, she couldn't walk. I lost my job. I had to take her to the doctors, and all her doctor's visits, we had to teach her how to walk again.
What kind of job were you working before?
Oh, I had a great job. I was working agriculture, I had a company truck. I was making about $75K a year. I had a really good job.
You quit that to do this? Because you make more doing this.
He's just lying, bro. He got fired. Something happened, but that's not the truth, bro. Like, the shit doesn't add up.
I mean, now I built a record for myself. I put in a record, so it's going to be a little bit harder to find a good job with. And I mean, once you get into it, it's it. You know what I mean? It's kind of, that's why I tell people that do it or want to try to do it, it's just remain smart, don't get caught.
There's a lot of youth out there that are feeling really reckless and thinking, hey, I can just
the other nigga was telling the truth.
They haven't have a record yet. What would you tell them?
It's not worth it. You're gonna get yourself out into federal charges. You know what I mean? Once you get federal charges, you're doing 85% of your time. You're not gonna do no half time. There is no fucking, good behavior. You're gonna go to the feds, and you're sitting down with some big boys. I don't know if you noticed, there was a plane flying around for the past 7 nights. I've been watching it. It comes to a routine. It's on a route.
I just called it a plane.
Circles around.
Got it.
I mean, they have heat sensors. They have night vision. They follow you. They'll follow you back to your home. They'll follow you back to wherever you're going. That's why I said they'll build a case on it.
Sure enough, this guy here who I'll call C got arrested exactly in the manner that he described. He recently got out of jail and called me to tell me that the same week we had met him, he completed a train mission and went to his safe house where he was then tracked down by a police helicopter and swarmed by 12 sheriff's vehicles. He was arrested at gunpoint, brought to jail, and was told that he was facing 3 years of federal time. However, he said that due to what seems to be a technicality of jurisdiction, apparently the local police had to drop his case, which if this is true, would explain explain why the sheriffs would just drive past and ignore the train thieves. If anyone watching this episode is in law enforcement or is a lawyer, please tell me if this local police not having jurisdiction holds any water.
Hey, boy. What the fuck?
Crime seems to be indicative of someone being stuck in a cycle. And anytime you're stuck, you're not free. So it's just sad. Like, even though they're doing bad shit, like stealing some packages, I still feel bad for these people. I still sympathize with them.
Yeah, like the 70% that's
this is not a
homeless
life that anyone would envy.
You know, but the 30% that have a home,
nothing cool.
It's like,
because I think at the end of the day, you want to have an impact on the world that's positive. Everyone wants that. This is not something that you can rest easy doing. At least I don't think so. All right, folks, that was an inside look into the business of train robberies and theft. This was a wild ride. As always, I appreciate you joining.
W fucking video. I didn't even think niggas was robbing trains in the big 2025, man. Apparently, train robbers is in. Like, who would have fucking thought, bro? Oh, so you like the video? Boom. You're gonna like that one too, man. Go ahead, just. Bro, click the video. What the? Bro, that's what I be saying. Like,